Hello everybody, how are you? How's everybody doing? Oh, just gonna make sure that we have sound and that everything is live and stuff. Yay! Cool. Alright, that's good then. Yes, how is everybody? So I have the lovely Leona in control of my ear and in control of the cameras again this evening. Thank you very much, Leona. Hello to everybody. I'm going to just say hello to everyone because, do you know, shouting everybody out takes a long time. But I will say a special hello to these folks at the beginning. And they are the banana members. That is Anna, Eva, Leona, Debbie, Maggie, Sarah, Carol, Steve R, Wayne, Daniel, Ruben, Stacey, Brian, David, Steve, Joseph, Tom, Richard, Gav, Jeff, Robbo, Rob H, Rob S, Lenny, Jean, Japie, Leonard, Ian, Zed, Stephen, Nick, Hobby, Adam and Tracy, the new banana. You're all very welcome and thank you very much for your support. It's awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so this evening, as you saw in the title, I am doing the YTCCC2021 March challenge. Or I'm going to attempt it anyway. If it doesn't work, then hey, what the heck. So yes, we're going to do stuff. So I'm going to hand over all the controls to Leona. I'm going to just put it on the probably the rear view one to start with, which is that one over there. Hello. And we'll go from there. I have got to just move the lathe quickly because it's kind of where it was when I can't go in and out of the van because I have to kind of step round it. So I'll put my chair away, I'll turn the other light on and we'll continue. Everything okay, Leona? Good. Hi Annie, yes, 'tis cold. Indeed, yes. I believe it's going into the minuses this evening, which is a bit poop on pants, but you know, here's what it is. Okay, so I have a kind of a new bit of a camera set up to get you in close to the turn in here. Leona, if you just put it onto the side camera for me, please. That's this one. So it is nice and close. You should be able to see what I'm doing. I can also kind of move it and do this kind of thing with this one. So if it's wobbling though, let me know because it was a quick throw it up jobby. If it's wobbling, we'll get over it. We have a piece of yew on the lathe. Nice piece of yew, and I have it in a mortise on the back on the chuck. I just drilled the back and put a mortise on it for now, and we're going to do a little bit of faceplate turning, as they call it. But that's what we're going to do. And the idea is that I'm going to form a plop, for want of a better word, a plop in the water. Well, not a drop, because a drop is the actual droplet, right? But the plop or the splash, yeah, I suppose, is what I want to form on this piece. If I can, if I've got enough depth on it, I might form everything. So the drop, the splash, and all, if I can get into it. But we'll see. What I'm going to do with this camera, I just want to move me lappy because I want as much cable on that camera as possible. Is possible. I'm going to spin it round. Thank you very much, Annie. You're awesome. Thank you, very much appreciated. Okay, so yes, we're going to take the, well, we're not actually. I'm going to see how this spins first, because I haven't tested it. I just whacked it on and then I had to start messing with cameras. So let's see how this spins first before we do anything. I'll stand to the side. And it's going to wobble, I know that, but hopefully not too bad. That's all right. That's fast enough for us to do stuff with. So that's good. Let's get into it then. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If Leona doesn't know the answer or it's a direct question for me, then just stick a QQQ, capital letters, just so that Leona knows it's a question and that it doesn't get missed. You can even write the whole thing in capitals and shout it at us if you want, just to make it that little bit. I don't want to use that one. I don't want to break my tool rest. Let's see if I can get in with this one. Actually, I'm taking the tailstock away. What am I doing? God, it's a while since I turned any kind of bowl. I've got my spindle head on. So I do need my big one. Oh, Leona, I've messed it all up and everything already. Right, here we go. I've not been writing much lately, Annie, to be honest with you. I've been kind of... Actually, I've got good news. Got my second test result today, and I am negative for the second time. So I am COVID-free, thank goodness. Didn't want to be COVID anything, so that's worked out well. Thank the Lord bejesus. Yes, so I'm COVID-free. So I still have to isolate until the 7th. And then I can get back to normal again. I'll put my shield on. No, not a bowl. Don't panic, Adam. It's not a bowl, Adam. Don't be silly. Hold on, I've got to try and get this face shield over the top of everything. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Here we go then. Let's do something. I want to take a big amount of bulk away from it to start with anyway. Yep. I wanted the end grain looking at me anyway, because I think it will also add to the effect of the water, if you know what I mean. I'm not necessarily going to round this off either, because I want it as natural looking as possible. I'm going to take it down to kind of a workable size in the middle. I'm still not sure how big everything is going to be, as in my plot. Got lots of waste to take away anyway. I've been experimenting. I don't know, those of you that follow me on the Instagrams and stuff and Facebooks, I've been experimenting with a new idea that well, I don't even know if it's a new idea. I don't know if anybody's thought of it or done it before. It doesn't really matter. It's new to me. So I've been playing with that, and I had a very successful day today. I'm really pleased with the fact that something I tried actually worked. So that's kind of cool. Now when we get down to the point I want to be at on this, there's going to be a lot of undercutting and mad stuff going on. You know me, nothing easy. We're going to take a look at this in a second just to make sure that everything's good, that the wood isn't going to disintegrate on me. Turn my speed right down to 0 again for when I switch it back on again, because what I have found with this lathe recently, I don't know why, it's doing a jump start, it's doing a fast spin and then it slows down again. Doesn't matter what setting you have it on, so there must be that noise that I'm getting might be something to do with the speed set maybe. Now I want to try and keep this. Could you go over to the overhead for me there just a second, Leona? I want to try and keep this natural edge on it here. It's kind of cool looking, so I'll be maybe dishing this slightly here. I don't know. I don't really want it too chunky and thick, and we're going to need a lot of depth to do what I want to do here, so we will be losing quite a lot of this. But if I can keep the bottom of this, I would prefer to. And like I say, I want to try and keep it square if I can. I want the arty kind of rough part of it if I can. If not, then you know, we can always turn it round. I just think it will look cool if it's on a square piece of wood, don't you know? So I can move in a little bit now, always trying to keep the main part of where your tool is over the post, because that's where the strength of your tool rest is. Again, starting slow and then build it back up again. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to get the fastest speed I can get on this before it starts really badly shake, rattling and rolling. That's about my limit. And as the balance on the piece changes, the speeds will change as well. Oh, and by the way, Leona, if you need to shout at Ruby this evening in my ear, call her Sarah, okay? Shout, Sarah! Now, there will be an element of carving on this. I'm hoping not too much, but Now this has been done. There's a lot of drop bowls or splash bowls or whatever you want to call them, droplet bowls. There's a good few of them been done, but I'm trying to do it a little bit different. Most kind of just do ripples in a bowl and then have like a drip in the middle. I'm actually trying to build the splash into it as well. Now once I get down to the thickness of the base that I want, I can start forming what I want in the centre. Now this U is, well, it's not wet, but it's not fully seasoned anyway yet, I don't think. Is it, Leona? So it's seasoned, but not yet. So it's been outside for a long time. So it's still, there's still actually a bit that I turned earlier. I got some water from it. So like I say, I'm just roughing at the moment. No shaping going on at all. Just getting rid of a lot of wood. I know it's shocking to put all this lovely yew on the floor. You can use the gouge any way you want on this, as long as you're rubbing the bevel and you're keeping in mind that you have the wings. You don't want to hit anything with those wings because it will tell you off. Now I'm just going to touch up the gouge again. I'm going to keep the gouge nice and sharp doing this. It's cutting nicely, so I want it to continue that way. I can still lose a good bit off of this. I don't want to lose too much though, because like I say, you can't put wood back, so I want to make sure that I have enough to do the effect that I want. Is there any questions? What's the general chit chat? Are we on food yet? Still on hellos. Fantastic. I would appreciate if you could share my videos out. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Would really appreciate that. And those of you that aren't already subscribed to Rob and Steve Live and Uncut channel, where we do the Rob and Steve show, I'd appreciate that too. We do a show every Wednesday evening. We interviewed Barbara Dill last night, which was a very cool interview. One of my heroes, so it was really cool to do that. Always adjusting my tool rest so I'm as close to the piece as possible, so that I don't have any overhang with the tool. Overhang causes vibration and can also cause you to dip your tool and get a catch, so you want to be as close to the piece as possible and supported. This is awkward obviously because I'm not going right back with the whole lot, so I've got to angle my tool rest. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Doug. Thank you, Tracy. Now, I'm getting a little bit more speed on this now because obviously we've taken a lot of the bulk away, so I can get a bit more speed into it. And now we're cutting much better again with the fresh edge on the tool. So I've got to start deciding how thick my base is going to be now. I kind of like this natural part, as I said. It's I'll just move that camera, will I? A little bit, probably best like that, is it? The picture isn't good, no. You can, you can, for those of you, you can. There's a little cog at the bottom of the picture that you're looking at on YouTube. There's a little cog, and if you tap on the little cog, you can change the resolution. It should be coming to you at 720. So just if you click on the little cog below your video, there's like a little cog that you'll see along the bottom of the video. If you click on that, it gives you an option of what resolution you want to watch it in, and sometimes it will pop it up when the video starts. It will pop it up on a really low res, and you can bump it up then. So okay. Alright, well maybe I've got the settings set wrong. Like, I'm getting used to this StreamYard, so maybe I got it going out wrong, maybe. I'm not gonna mess with it anyway, guys, not at this stage, because I could lose the feed. So as I said, I'm going to start deciding whether I want to have this shaping downwards, or if I want to dish it out. I think because we're going to ripple it a little bit, I think we'll dish it. I think it will look better dished than... Well, let's put it to the vote. What do people think? I think it will look better if it's dished slightly. I'm going to have to dish in the center anyway to get the effect that I want. So I think that, yeah, that's the way I'm going to go anyway. I think I'm going to dish it out. Now again, I can get speed on this again now. Let's start cupping this out. Have to be careful as you're coming up towards that block in the center, because your wing could quite easily catch on that. So you have to be mindful when you're doing something like this. Always be aware of where all the parts of the cutter are. Okay. started dishing that in now. I'm going to start shaping my plop. Oh, it makes me laugh every time. So I'm going to start taking some of the bulk out of this area here. It's just a matter of taking away waste wood carefully. Always being aware of where your bevel is, because you're coming at all sorts of angles. Now I probably will end up going to my Hope Hollower, because we'll start getting very tight for room. A chocolate plop. That makes me awesome. You're all very welcome. Now I've always got the handle of the tool anchored into my body and I'm moving my body around. Gives you much more control. If your hand's out here, you've got more chance of twisting the tool or dipping the tool, because your arm's going to spontaneously do little movements, especially mine at the moment with the spontaneous ways that it does. It's an age thing. So anchor into the body, a nice controlled cut, swinging the body round. Like so, and like I say, watching all the angles of the blade to make sure we're not putting cutting edges where they're not supposed to be. And if I turn that back light on, it might help with light, will it? Okay, so I'm coming back up here now, and I'm going to try and take some of this back waste wood away. I think I'm going to go a lot smaller with my plop. I don't want a huge big. So I'm going to reduce this down, I think. And as I'm doing that, take some of the waste wood from underneath. Kind of do a cove cut. And I'm not jabbing the end of my tool in there to get it started. I'm getting the bevel just rubbing on the front, bringing it back until it starts cutting on the front edge, and then I'm bringing the tool in. And hopefully you can see the shine on the wood where the bevel's rubbing, and we're getting a nice cut. And then I can come back in here again and take away this waste wood again. Bye bye Chris, thanks a million. Have a good time at Men's Shed. They haven't opened yet here, so a lot of guys that are bored out their brains. Okay, so I think I'm just going to have a look at that. Again, remember to turn the volume down on the lathe. That's a nice smooth cut there. And there. It's got volume, my lathe. Now that that inclusion's starting to show here. If you have a look on the side camera there, Leona, that inclusion's starting to show through. So that's kind of where I want to go. I mean, we're going to have to put ripples and stuff into this, but I'm liking that look, the natural edge coming into that. So again, I want to start cutting into this more. Excuse me. So I'm going to go to my Hope mini hollower, and the good thing about this Hope hollower is that you've got a blade all the way around the whole thing. It's a circle obviously, and we've got cutting edge all the way around, so I can cut with this side, that side, the front. I can get in wherever I want and start shaping the inside of this. Have to be careful still, because it can still catch. It can be an aggressive tool, but we can control that by just twisting it from straight up and to 45. So let's see if I can take some of this waste wood in here now and start revealing my plop. Now I am overhanging. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go to my smaller tool rest. And that way I can get right in as close as I can, because the Hope really doesn't like too much overhang. Even though it's a hollowing tool, it can be a bit grabby when you've got an overhang. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Okay, so we're going to be using the right hand side of the tool, the right hand side of the cutter, and we're going to be coming in here and we're going to be peeling wood away. Again, it's just roughing at the moment until I get down to a depth that I like. Start 45 and just start peeling it away. And I'm still using my body with this, even though it's got a short handle. I'm still keeping the handle in, and I'm supporting it with my arm. So it's all still the same movements. Now this, I might have to change the blade on this because it was starting to get a bit dull. And I have a new blade now. Yeah, that side is very dull, so I'm just going to change the blade on this. Bear with me 1 second, folks. Is Daniel in the chat? Yeah, I'm not sponsored by that beverage. You put it on the side camera there for a second. Oh, threw it on the floor. Just as well I didn't peel the back off yet. That would have been embarrassing. Would have been a furry sticker. Oh, look, you can cuddle up to Leona on the lathe there now. Here you go, Daniel. I must start putting stickers on here now. My sticker board is probably pretty badly destroyed at this stage in the old shed. I don't want to even look at it. There we go. Daniel, you're on my lathe officially. Right. Just change the blade on this. Sometimes they can be a bit of a poo bum. Oh, no, this one's going to be good. Yay, good. Do it, Brian. Do it, Brian. Take the iPad. Cheese toasty. There we go. Nice new blade. Okie dokie. Now, I've got to remember that I've got a new blade on this now. It will be very much different to my old blade. So. Sometimes takes getting used to again when you go to a new blade. Much different. Now the difference with this and the gouge is that you've got a cutting edge all the way round, so you're not necessarily going to get as harsh catch if you do happen to touch the other side on the piece. Still be aware though, you know, it's tools still bite. I'm gonna take a look at this in a second and decide if I need to lose a lot more on this or whether I'm happy on the size. I think it's still a little bit too big for the size of the piece. I think my plot needs to be a lot smaller. In fact, it does need to be. I'm going to take that down quite considerably. It's all about the plop, you know. Personally, I think Sarah should get some stickers now. She's more famous than Daniel. I just want to have a look at that and see where we are size-wise. Yeah, still a good bit, I think. I'm just going to take a whole load of big chunk off of it. It'll suddenly, I hope, tell me when it's right. That's what tends to happen with things I'm doing. It just suddenly looks right. Sorry. I do tend to get into the piece. I start really kind of leaning into it and then I get in the way of the camera, and Leona just reminds me, watch your head. Now I've still got a lot of length on this, but that's because I want to try and maybe, if I can, get the drip in there as well. But that is going to be quite a task. Starting to look right now. I'm just trying to shape this as well as I'm cutting. A bit aggressive in the cut there. Okay, I think I'm happy with that size at the bottom there now. Okay, so I've just left a bit of waste here because there's going to be like a ripple, a raised ripple where this is dropped just below the plop. Oh, I love that word, plop. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for now up here, and we're going to start seeing if I can start forming a drip inside here and see can we get some real tight undercuts into here. If I can't, then we'll just hollow this out and I'll turn a separate drip. But let's go for it anyway and see what we can do. Be nice to get the whole thing out of one piece of wood. Any questions, Leona? Okay. Don't be shy, folks, if you have a question. I will try my best to answer. Unless it's about the meaning of life, I won't be able to help you out there, I'm sorry. Just getting rid of the nubbity nub on the top. Okay, Eva, so I'm making an art piece. And it's going to be a water droplet dropping into a plop in the water. That's what it's going to represent anyway. Now I'm going to take this all the way down here. Don't need any of this stuff at the top. Probably going to take a bit more off of this as well. night, Robert. Thanks very much for joining. Who said that? Sorry. You'll hear me swear Eva if it goes wrong. I think that the less said about my neighbours, the better. I don't have direct neighbours as such, so I know it was a joke question about the caravan rocking, but I've been asked before how I managed to work so late without the noise affecting the neighbours, and I live in rural Ireland, and my neighbours are a good distance away from me. So I don't have to worry about that issue. So I'm just starting to form the top of the droplet. Just there, like that. And now I need to start taking this out as waste wood. And I have quite a thin wall on the splash. So that's the tail of our droplet, if that makes sense. I think I'm gonna take my plop down a little bit more. I can afford to. I don't know, is it? I'm just going by imagination. I just assumed that it would be bulbous at the bottom as it's dropping. And as far as I know, as it hits the water, it kind of goes bloop, and you get like a little funnel at the bottom. And it's too late now, isn't it? Good night, Ruben. Thank you very much. Again, just forming the drip as we're going down. Now, before I take too much out of there, I just want to refine the shape of this. I want it to have kind of a bit of a tail. Oh, Zed. Good Lord. Well, it made Leona chuckle, so I suppose points for that one. Again, I can lose a bit more. Now I'm going to be cutting this. Just turn this off for a second and explain. What camera are we on? You just go into the top top for me here. So I'm going to be cutting this kind of an angle. I'm going to be I'm going to take this right out obviously and have thin walls, but I'm going to use the Dremel then, or the rotary tool, just to kind of shape this and give it kind of a water effect, as if it's kind of gone bloop like that. It's not just going to be a funnel like that, so I have got to do a bit of carving on this, but to get the main shape, that's what the turning is all about. So just to explain it. Now I can afford to go in a bit more with this again. And now I'm going to start using the hollower and cleaning out in here and see how far we can get down inside there. I don't know, Zed. Why was the fish at the bottom of the ocean? Because he dropped out of... Oh, jeez. Zed, get in the corner. Zed, you're so naughty. Night night, Barry, thanks for joining. Go get yourself some food. Did Brian not make her a toastie? Ah, Brian, you're so selfish. Okay, so I'm going to come in here now, and I'm going to use the other side of the gouge and start trying to form this ickle drop. It's going to be difficult to get in here. Might have to use my 1/4 inch skew. Leona loves it when I use that tool. She always goes, oh no, oh God, oh, sweet crispy Jesus. Okay, I've got to stop and ask. I'm sorry. When was the last time exactly, Leona, you saw a chicken's nipple? A chicken nipple. What the hell does a chicken nipple look like? That. A chicken nipple. To lift up my rest a little bit, get a little bit more closer to centre. That's better. That's better. That's better. Why did the crab blush? Oh, William, that's almost as bad as Zed's. Okay, I'm going to have to start getting in here with the old skew now, I think, the little 1/4 inch. Where is my ickle 1/4 inch. Oh, skew, where are you? Oh dear, we've got onto the chicken nipple conversation again. How does it happen all the time? I just don't know. Leona, where's my 1/4 inch skew? Is it? It's my big one. It's my middle sized one. Found it. It's behind the computer, obviously. The part that which? Sorry, say that again. Sharp. Well, it's called a bleed nipple here in Ireland. Tracy. Yeah, it's called a bleed. It's called a bleeding nipple or a bleed nipple. Yeah. It's not called the radiator key is what you use to bleed your radiator, but to yeah, the actual part that bleeds is called the bleed nipple. Sorry, but fact. Trying to find me doodah. Found it. Just sharpening my ickle chisel. Bear with. Bye bye, Andy. Is that Andy H? Is for wood turning. Andy, I put up your I think Andy's doing a live on the I can't remember. Is it the 6th or I can't remember. But you can have a look at the calendar anyway. But Andy's doing a lunchtime live. I think it's his first lunchtime live. Okay, here we go. Try and get in here with this skew. Means I got a catch, okay? If ever you hear me say Yep, 1 o'clock Tuesday. Good job. Best of luck with it, Andy. Now what I'm doing with this is I'm trying to make room to get my hope right in there, but I might have to do all this with the skew. which isn't fun. It's a bit breath holding. I've got right in there, so I've got room now to hollow this out a bit more. A petcock, yeah. To be politically, I'm an ex-plumbing and heating engineer. That was my first job straight out of school. They changed a lot of names of things to be more politically correct. Like a ballcock was no longer called a ballcock. They had to change it to a ball valve. Stopcock, that was no longer called that. Yes, a cock is a valve. Only if they're boy chickens. Yep. Are you still allowed to call the badminton thing a shuttlecock? Okay, so we're getting in there. We're starting to form our plop, and if I can get right in there, right in there, that would be good. So I'm going to try and get in there with my my thin parting tool now. Drop the tool rest right down and try and get a deep cut right round in there. Still keeping to the rule of cutting on centre. And we're going to get in there. You know, don't be afraid to use tools that do the job. You know, I know some people kind of, you shouldn't be doing that with that tool. Yeah. If the tool does the job and it's safe, bloody use it. Except for a rough and gouge on a bowl, you shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't do that. Yeah, plops, cocks, you could talk about anything on this show. Yeah, you missed the nipples too. Is it starting to make sense to people at all, or am I still kind of confusing people to what this is supposed to be? Yes, the top of this is going to be carved to make it look like water. I do have a swan neck, yes. but it wouldn't help in this situation. I'll show you in a second. I'll get the camera right in. You'll see how tight it is. It is very, very tight getting in here. That's okay, I can move the camera over maybe and we'll... Okay, that's cool. That's gone right down where I needed to go. Let's stop and have a look at that without the shield, because my shield is a bit dusty. How are we doing for time, Leona? Okay, cool. So, yeah, we're right down inside there. I've just got to take a little bit more in the bottom, and I'll be happy with that. And then I've got to just hollow the rest of the depth of this away from the edge. You know, just bring this wall as thin as this all the way down if I can. And then I think I'm quite happy with that. How wahi? Brian said. Yes, Brian. Neither can I. Did I mention I've not done this before? Well, that's a stupid thing to say. That's just me, isn't it? Okay. I'm always keeping this tool just twisted to the right when I'm going in with the cart, just keeping this top edge away from anything and this edge here away from anything. It's just as sharp as the front is, so it will catch. So I'm just keeping it twisted and away from any danger spots. Oh, is that Zed again? Don't give up the day job, Zed. Just take this hat off for a second so we can see. Okay, that's cool. That's gone right down there. That's very cool. I'm getting a nice cut down the bottom as well. So I just need to try and get in underneath the drip a little bit more, and then I'm going to ripple the very bottom, try and get a little bit of a ripple in the bottom, and I've still got to just bring the wall down slightly here, and then that's pretty good. That's where we want to be, and then we need to form the ripples coming out of here. So yes. Hi Ruby. So yes, first one is I don't really do resin. I'm not a great resin lover, so I'll leave that to the resin professionals to do. I'm sure that we are going to see resin formed pieces in this challenge. For the second part of that, I'm not a huge, well, I do like colour, that's a lie, but I also love you and the way, I love you all. No, I love you and the way it looks. It's a beautiful piece of wood. And this is to represent, it's not to actually look like, it's to represent a droplet of water splashing and then rippling. So that's kind of answered Ruby's question, what are we producing? This has got to be carved, Ruby. This top lip here is going to be cut at an angle, and then I'm going to carve kind of splash effects on it. This is the droplet of water dropping in, and then we're going to ripple out across the top of the piece, and it's supposed to represent water. That's my representation of water, because this month's challenge for the YouTube cross channel challenge is the theme is water. So that is all that answered, I believe. Now I can get my hollower in there now and just get right into, where's my calipers? I just want to see how thin I am. I want to make it as thin as possible for carving. Thanks, Ruby. Very carefully going in here now. I don't want to twist my tool so that it wedges and gets trapped in between the drip and the splash, because it will wedge and it will pull it out of my hand. So I have to be very careful, keeping the tool at 45 and allowing it to just work the edge away. About where I want to be with that. Okay, so now I just need to clean up my my droplet just a little bit. I've got a little bit of a ridge just in the transition of the curve right there. Just going to clean up the droplet, and then I'm going to form ripples in the very bottom inside of there. That's probably really annoying when I do that, the sound. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, they've got that. And now I'm just going to try and work some beads in here. There's a problem with the feed, is there? Good night, Adrian. Thanks for watching. Okay. There's some ripples formed in there. I'll bring the camera down. I just want to take the top of this more to a hollow there for the drip, the top of the drip. I'm going to use my spindle gouge for that. More light. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fix that for this evening, I'm afraid. I can do that for the next one, surely. Yeah. See you, Joker. I mean Zed. Thank you for your jokes. As bad as they were, it was fun. Okay, happy with that, I think. Shape of that. Brought out a nicer piece of grain on the end too. Alright, well that's that. We're good inside there. That's ready for carving. So now I just need to form my ripples coming out from here all the way out to the edge of the piece. So that's what we will do now. Best tool for that, I think we're going to go with the bowl gouge again. I can form what I want there. See, it does that whole speed too fast sometimes. Did you see that? Oh, you will in a minute. Oh, okay. Is it a bad picture, is it? Okay. I wonder if I turn this... Lost the stream. We're still live. It says that we're still streaming. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to try and form. I'm going to turn this one into a ripple first. Might need to just get the hope in there to do that one. So just going to round the top of that. And then we're going to go here. Good night, Steve P. I haven't, has he put the video out of the finished Land Rover? I saw it on Instagram. Yeah, I saw it on Instagram, I think, but I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing it pop up. I might have just missed it though. Okay. So I'm just trying to form the ripples now and get back to my spindle gouge and just form the very edges of them. I want this one to look as if it's... I'm going to sharpen that gouge actually, it's lost its edge. We've still got a few watching. Okay. Perfect. Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you repeat that? Sorry. I got a little bit breaky up there for a second because I was on the machine. No, I've got good internet. I've got full coverage here and nobody else is using the internet. So, I don't know. I've probably done something wrong with the settings. I was messing about with the cameras earlier. So it could possibly be that. I'm still getting used to it. Bye bye Eva, bye bye Yappi. Thank you. Hi Jigsy. Hi Billy. How are you? Both? Will do, Nick, thank you. Hello, Mark. Very welcome. Oh, there we go. How's that look? It's rippling anyway. It's probably washed out, is it, with the light? Let me move the camera in a bit closer. If you just flip to the overhead one for now, or the back one maybe, and I'll move the side camera. Thank you. Here we go. Try that. Don't know if you can see the ripples in that. It's better from the side angle. Maybe if we can go like this. I wanted them. Yeah, this one needs to just be cleaned out a little bit more. But I kind of wanted them subtle ripples too, if you know what I mean. I didn't want them kind of big, deep, carved out things. Thanks, Rube. Thanks, guys. So I've just got to clean this one out just a little bit because I've got a bit of a ridge there that I can feel, and I'm good with those. I think maybe try and get a little bit more of a deeper cut where the splash is. They kind of do, Tracy. This one's a small one, gets a bit wider here, and then this is kind of a deep one where it's hit the side of the bowl and started to come back again. That's kind of what I was going for. I've got to round the top of this ripple off a little bit, admittedly, to make it more of a roll, but yeah, I thought they were getting bigger. Maybe they're not. Too wobbly, is it? That's alright. If you change the camera angle and I'll move it over. I'll try that. Is that better? Okay, so now I'm just going to round these off, this last one, because it's got a flat top. Water doesn't tend to have flat spots. Camera's bouncy, is it? Yeah, it's picking up on the... What's that? It's picking up on the flickering wave. Maybe if I put it back and maybe if you... That's probably better, is it? That's the only trouble with being in the van. Everything moves. I've got no control over that. Good night, Dave. Thank you very much for watching. Okay. Now the final thing I wanted to do is go in here just a little bit more. I think I might just go in with the parting tool again. That's good. Yeah, perfect. I got it. That's cool. I like that. Don't know if those ripples are showing up too good. If I turn this light off, maybe it might take the wash out and you might see the ripples. It's hard to... Oh, that's a bit better, is it? See the ripples there? Yeah. So, there you go. That's ripples. How are we doing for time? 10 past 11. It's up to people. If they want to see me just carve this a little bit, I can. I'm not in any rush. I don't have to... I don't know what your situation is, Leona. If you're so hungry you could... I'm so hungry I could die. Oh, you had a chocolate hobnob. Hi, Duck. How are you? Yeah, I'm just getting a drink as well. It's not going to take much to carve it anyway. I just got my phone is buzzing for some reason. Okay, I see. Right. All right. So yes, I'm going to draw out my basic shape. I'll turn the light back on, and you can maybe go on the overhead cam. I'll start drawing what I want this to look like. I think so. It's going to come down here at an angle. Maybe come up. Yeah. I wonder if I can get a picture of a splop that I can go by. Does the bandwidth seem like it's crap then? Is it really bad? Is the feed bad, is it? So the actual feed is okay, but just it's glitchy for you. Oh, okay. Right, I got you. Right, let's start taking some of this away and see what happens. I got my doodah over here, ready to rock and roll. Oh, except it's not plugged in. Lol. Who is? Billy. Oh, Billy, I hope that everything goes well for you. I really do. Now this is going to be a little bit noisy. Hopefully it's not too noisy for you folks. I'm just going to take some of this out of here. I did find a picture. I'm going to leave that just here to look at. So this is kind of the equivalent to just roughing out, finding my basic shape. Okay. I'm taking all this side away. Let me know if you want me to mute, by the way, because I know that can be a really irritating sound. Oh, excellent. So it is working for most. All right. Thanks for that, guys. Trying to just make everything kind of, for want of a better word, flow like water. Make everything rounded and carving a plop, yeah. It's not every day you get to tune in on the YouTube and see someone carving a plop. Yeah, it says that all the time. Yeah. Ever since I've done live streaming, I've had that warning. I don't know what it was all about. So now I need to shape this. All right. I think I missed something. Oh, you're, yes. Easily pleased, bless you. Plus you're not typing anything that I wouldn't type, to be honest with you. Because you are awesome. Excuse me. Trying to make this look less uniform, put a couple of waves in it and things. Hi Herb. Starting to look like a splash yet. The silence tells me everything. Oh, that's alright then. I said, is it starting to look like a splash? And I heard nothing. I was like, uh-oh. drop's the wrong shape, is it? Maybe. I can play with the shape of it, maybe. Looking at this picture, it's actually funny because the picture I found is exactly what I've made on the internet. Look, I showed. Look, I don't know if that's showing, but the only difference is that the droplet is suspended, obviously. I think I need to do a bit more work on this edge here and make it more fluidy. Like that. Thanks, Brian. And make this look as if it's coming back down on itself all the way around the shape that I've already formed. Off and kind of blend it in, and hopefully it makes it look like it's probably hard to see on the camera, to be honest with you. Hi Ian. Right, now I just need to put some wave type effects in here, always trying to keep an eye on thickness. I think actually what I'm going to do is carve this out here and create this shape. that. Coming back on itself. Yeah, I like that. It's a Guild rotary tool, just a cheap, I think I got it from Homebase, which is I think the equivalent to B&Q in the UK. You might even have Homebase in the UK, I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, it's just a Guild rotary tool with a flexi drive on it, and then I'm using a saber tooth burr teardrop, funny enough. Nearly there, folks. Just giving these a wave effect. I think that will suffice. Does need a little bit of hand sanding and other sanding, but I think it's droplet type. I think the droplet looks alright actually. A line through the droplet, is it? Yeah, well the top of the droplet is dark, and that's why I reduced the top of it down, to be honest with you, to bring that darkness out. I saw it showing and it kind of looks cool. So that just needs sanding up now, really, and then a finish putting on it. It'll probably just be an oil finish that I put on it, and then I shall probably, to be honest with you, just literally sand the bottom and maybe use the Dremel or the rotary tool just to clean up, because I've got a mortise in the bottom of this. I'll probably just dome that with the Dremel and finish it off at the bottom, and then I won't do anything with the sides. I'll just add oil to it, maybe take a little bit of the rough, but I just like the natural look of it. And yeah, I'll take it off the chuck and you can see what it looks like just sitting down on the piece, on the bench. Like I say, it probably need a bit of a sand on the bottom just to shape it, but there we go. That's what it looks like. Plop. What I'll do is, that side camera might show it, the ripples on it now from the top, from the angle. No, that's alright. How's that? Just clean that camera, sorry. There you go. It needs sanding, obviously. There's a bit of sanding here where I've just carved, and I'll put it on the lathe and I'll spin this, and I won't put you all through the sanding. The tool marks that are in the ripples, I might just sand lightly and leave them in it, because it's still gives the effect of water. You know, there's just slight tool marks. I might clean them up, I might not. We'll see. But I quite like the look of it. I am going to clean up this just here. I'll just run the tool down here. But as an art piece and just as like a centerpiece with the natural grain, the natural inclusion on the side there, I just think it looks kind of cool. So it worked anyway. The idea worked. Thanks everyone. Thanks Ruby. Thank you Carole. I'm just going to get my chair. Turn this one. Oh no, it's already off. What's occurring? What's causing the... maybe it's this one. That's the one. Dusty camera. Ah, there we go. There we go, folks. So yes, I'm a bit dusty. Thanks for watching. There we go. It's probably a bit too bright, gets washed out. These lights are great for me to be able to see, but they're not great for you. There you go, you can see it there. Plop. Splash. Carve a fish, Debbie said. I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough wood there to carve a fish now. There might be, maybe, yeah, just coming into the side maybe, but I think that's enough for the challenge, to be honest with you. Oh. Thanks, Debbie. Actually, shall I show you what I'm working on at the moment? Just before I call it quits. Where did I put it? Is it over there? Well, I would show you if I could remember where I put the bloody thing. The bloody flipping bloody thing. Oh well, the project I'm working on is disappeared, folks. Sorry about that. Oh, here it is. I'm playing with multi-axis. There you go. There's some work needs doing on it at the moment, but this is where it's got to at the moment. This is a ball, a U ball that I friction fitted into this. If I knock that, it'll go inside, but it can't come out. It's friction fitted into there, so it spins around, but it's inside. And then I have another U-ball over here that will eventually sit on the top like this. It's just an art piece, again, it's just a sculpture, and it's just playing with the multi-axis. Thanks, Ruby. So that's the one I'm working on at the moment. My plan is that coming out of this side of the sphere and out of the center of this, maybe at an angle, I'm not sure, there's going to be multi-axis arms coming up with a disc here and maybe a disc here, all turned out of one piece. I've got it set up, and then there'll be smaller spheres, maybe the darker wood again, maybe U arms coming out with smaller spheres sitting on top of them there. So it's all kind of sphere orientated and just a fun piece. So that's, you know, but it's a concept I'm trying to work on, and I've started making notes. I've got a notebook over there and everything, making notes to remember which way things go, because I get confused. But yeah, notes. So yes, that's it, guys. All right, Steve C, thank you very much. Say hello to your beautiful wife from us. Hello, Mrs. C. Who just joined? Hi, Chris. How are you? So yes, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. I know it's a long one, but it was good to for those that joined. This is the piece that we made this evening. It's a walk. God, that is really bright. A really no. Was it? Yeah. There you go. It's a water drop into a splup. It's a splup. This is what I worked on this evening. So it's a ripple effect. Water. I might do a little bit more carving and messing with it, but for the show for this evening, that's it. That is my my water piece. So that's it. That's okay, Ruby. Thank you very much for joining. It's awesome to have you in the chat. It's great to get your input. And I wore my shield. Honest, I did all through it. I always get a slap on the wrist from Ruby and show. It's like a delicate. Oh, Steve. Right, guys. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you very much, Leona, for being my earworm and my camera lady. I might edit this a little bit, maybe, and make it into a video if the cameras aren't too bad. If it is a bit pants, then I'll just leave it as this, and it will do. So that's a little bit late there, Rob. Just a tad, just a tad late there, Rob. But that's okay. Sexy dance. I'll do a quick bow, chicken, wow, 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 bow, dance monkey. There you go. A little bit of break dancing. Right, that's it, guys. I will see you all again on what are we? Thursday. I'll see you on. Oh well, I see. But oh, wow, it's raining dust. That's weird. It's snowing in the workshop. I really must put that extractor up. Right, I'm getting out of here anyway. I'm not going to breathe in that shite in. So that's it, guys. I will see you on Sunday. I'll see the bananas on Sunday. I think I'm going to do a lesson, a kind of tuition, some kind of lesson on Sunday for the bananas. Maybe questions and answers and stuff like that, and then do a bit of turning. I might invite a couple of bananas in as well. I think that might be a nice idea, and have them turning with me in their own workshops. That'd be kind of cool. Right, guys, I shall see you bananas on Sunday. Until then, thank you very much. We are all fork in bananas. See ya. Bye.